up and welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Rombone. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 83 in this motherfucker. That's what's up. Much appreciated to everybody that's tuning in. New followers, new subscribers, new listeners, all of that shit. Your support is much appreciated. Much fucking love. I love interacting with y'all on all my social medias. So wherever it's at, drop a comment. I'll interact with you some form or fashion. But yeah, we got a bunch of new music. NetFest is popping off in a couple weeks. But if you ain't checked it out, go check out my review for Ouija Mac's Resistance 2 Hell's Hollow tape, his new mixtape that just dropped. I dropped a review for that last week up on YouTube. Dope mixtape from Ouija, so go peep that shit out. I also dropped a review for Rocky and Ramirez, the Player's Manual. Ramirez of G59, Suicide Boys record label. And this album I've been playing non-stop. Spoiler alert for the review, but go peep it. Fucking fantastic album from Rocky and Ramirez. Really dope project. Can't get enough of that shit. Love that West Coast funk. You know what I mean? But let's get into some new music. Conway The Machine dropped, his new project this week. No One Mourns the Wicked. No One Mourns the Wicked, produced entirely by Big Ghost. Big Ghost did Griselda Ghost project back in 2015, I want to say. And this is the first time that the Conway's linking back up with him since. And this No One Mourns the Wicked EP, I'll call it. It is 9 songs with an intro and an interlude coming in at 25 minutes. Short listen. He just dropped Lulu last month. But this project right here is better than Lulu. I fuck with Lulu, which was produced by Alchemist, but No One Mourns the Wicked, produced by Big Ghost, is fucking fire. It's up on Big Ghost Bandcamp right now. From what I understand, in a couple weeks, it'll be up on all the DSPs, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, all that. If you're not familiar with Griselda, I talk about them all the time. If you're new to them, haven't heard them, curious what to listen to, just jump into this project. Tracks like Icon is fucking fire. Fake Love with El Camino. Love the hook from El Camino on there. Really dope. Bricks to Murals is fucking fire too. Like, minus one song on here. The only track I'm not feeling is Shark Guts. Minus that one track, this EP is fucking fire. Better than Lulu. And I fuck with Lulu. But this is like that real raw Griselda, just ill gangsta shit. Love this project from Conway. You know, he just dropped Lulu last month. This past Friday dropped No One Mourns the Wicked. This dude's got another fucking project he's talking about up on his social medias. From King to a God is coming next, he said. It's an LP. And we're still waiting for his shady debut, God Don't Make Mistakes. We're waiting for that as well. But we got an announcement of a new LP already like 2 days after No One Mourns the Wicked drop. So From King to a God is the next release from Conway. Definitely looking forward to this. The only unfortunate thing about these last 2 projects is Lulu only dropped on vinyl through some fucking European website. And a whole bunch of fuck shit ensued. Stupid as hell. And then this new project that he just dropped, No One Mourns the Wicked. No announcement yet, as of yet, that it'll be up on CD. As far as I know, from what Conway said, Big Ghost is the one who owns this project. He hit up Conway and asked him to do some shit. He did it and put it out. So it's up to Big Ghost to drop a CD. And I'm hoping it does drop, because those Griselda CDs, man, if you don't buy them on the pre-order when they put them up, good luck getting them afterwards. You're going to be dropping like $100 easily trying to get an old copy of some Griselda shit. But that new Conway, no one mourns the wicked. Fire, gritty, New York boom bap shit. Fire. Speaking of raw, gritty New York boom bap shit, Gorilla Twins, Ill Bill, and Nems dropped their newest single last week, Highs and Lows, produced by Stu Bangers. I talk about Stu Bangers all the time. This track's fire. Really dope. Gorilla Twins drops May 22nd, this Friday. Definitely looking forward to this. This is one of my most anticipated projects of 2020. Ill Bill and Nems, they've been working on Gorilla Twins for, I think Nems said like 6 years. Could be wrong, maybe even longer, but they've been working on it for a while. Hyped for this release. I expect nothing but just ill, grimy, raw shit coming from these two. Fucking fire. And then as of today, the podcast released on Monday. I record on Sunday, so this song isn't out yet. But today, Monday, they just dropped another new single called Bong. I can only expect this fucking track to be on some punch you in the face type shit. Bong, bong, motherfucker. So Ill Bill and Nems, Highs and Lows dropped last week, and they got their new single, Bong, that just dropped today. I'm sure it's grimy. Haven't heard it, but I'll just say it's fucking ill, grimy. Can't imagine it not being. First two singles of fire. Album's dropping Friday, like I said. Can't wait for this album. Ill Bill and Nems are the Gorilla Twins. And then we got Scrim of Suicide Boyz. He dropped his solo project, A Man Rose from the Dead, this past Friday. I haven't even got a chance to listen to it yet. Not even 1 second of it. I'm so heavy bumping that Rocco and Ramirez, the player's manual right now. Like, literally, I haven't played anything else besides that in like 4 or 5 days. Even though that new Ouija Go Hard, actually, that's not even true because I did bump Conway a few times, actually a handful of times. But that Rocky and Ramirez is fire. So between Conway and Rocky and Ramirez, I haven't got a chance to listen to this Scrim, A Man Rose from the Dead, his debut solo album. 20 tracks, 51 minutes, not one feature on here. I'm seeing mixed reviews from it, though. Some people are loving it. Some people are saying it's boring, snooze fest. I don't know. I love Suicide Boyz. In my opinion, they have yet to drop a whack project. And they got tons of them. I don't even know how many. Probably at least 50, if I had to guess. EPs and mixtapes, albums, whatever the fuck. They have yet to drop any whack shit, in my opinion. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. I know Scrim probably produced the whole fuck thing, just like he does all Suicide Boys shit. But like I said, mixed reviews. I haven't heard it yet, so I can't give an opinion on it. But I'm hyped for it because I love Suicide Boys so much. One of my favorite groups that I've found in the last 5 years. Really dope group, Suicide Boys. If you ain't checked them out, you're doing yourself a fucking disservice. You like that old school 3-6 Mafia shit? Talking about Mystic Styles, Chapter 1, The End, Chapter 2, World Domination type shit. Get into some fucking Suicide Boys. Fire. Fire. And another big release that I'm hyped for. Pretty sure I talked about it last week's episode for most anticipated releases. We got the announcement for Run the Jewels 4 with the fresh ass pink cover, gold hands. June 5th is the release date. Killer Mike, Ill Bill, Run the Jewels 4 is dropping. The cover looks fresh as fuck. I knew we were just going to get the hands, if you will. I love the pink cover. The 2 singles that they dropped for it, Ooh La La, and can't remember the other one off the top of my head. Actually, got the fucking track list right here. Yankee and the Brave, Ooh La La were the 2 singles released from Run the Jewels 4. So we do have the track list. Guest features from 2 Chainz. I'm curious to hear how 2 Chainz is going to sound with Run the Jewels over some LP production. LP got that ill production. I don't give a fuck. Dude is nasty with the production. And then we got a track with Pharrell Williams and Zach De La Rocha. Pharrell Williams of the Neptunes and Zach De La Rocha of Rage Against the Machine on the song called Just. I'm curious what the fuck this is going to sound like. Pharrell is whack. I don't like Pharrell. Some of his production's pretty dope 10, 15, 20 years ago. But I never listened to Neptunes. I don't know Nerd. I don't know if he's put out solo shit. But I don't know. Pharrell's just kind of fucking whack. Not a big fan of Pharrell. Like I said, beats 15 to 20 years ago were pretty dope. Zach De La Rocha is Rage Against the Machine. How the fuck can you go wrong? He was on Run the Jewels 2. Back for Run the Jewels 4. I'm still waiting for that Zach De La Rocha album to be produced by LP. Supposedly that was happening around the time when Run the Jewels 2 dropped. But we ain't heard no news since then. But yeah, 11 tracks, Run the Jewels 4. I like it. I like the shorter albums. The longer albums are harder to execute, harder to keep people's attention, harder to fucking just have a consistently bang an album for 20 tracks. You know what I mean? You listen to an album that got 11, 13, 14 songs, and they're all fucking fire, and it's like 45 minutes long, 45 minutes long, something like that. You listen to it, you're just gonna replay it right after the bat. You know what I mean? So I'm liking the 11 tracks. I'm glad it's not, I believe all their albums have been pretty short, if I remember correctly. I know Run the Jewels 1 was mad short, and that's my favorite one. 2's probably their best work. 1's my favorite. 3 is cool. I like 3. And 4 is fucking coming. Finally get that release date. Finally get the image of the cover. Really dope. And speaking of Run the Jewels LP, we got LPs Fantastic Damage up on Apple Music, Spotify. His debut solo album came out a while ago. Let's say 20 years ago. Something like that. I can't remember how many years ago. We just celebrated the anniversary. I think it was 18 years, actually. Just celebrated the anniversary for it, and it's up on all DSPs now. If you fuck with Run the Jewels, you got to go check out LP's old shit. Fantastic Damage, I'll Sleep When You're Dead, Cancer for Cure. And if you really want to dig further back, go bump that Company Flow album. That album is so fucking grimy, so dope. And his production, like I said, LP, one of the illest producers. I'm fairly new to LP. I started listening to LP when Run the Jewels 1 came out. I decided to go back and dig deeper into his, back catalog. Killer Mike, the only thing I'm familiar with Killer Mike is Rap Music, which was produced by LP, and that's a fucking fire album too, which led to, Run the Jewels actually happening. But go peep Fantastic Damage up on iTunes, Spotify, all that. Run the Jewels 4 is dropping June 5th. Fucking fire. Love the pink cover. Pink is such an ill color. I don't give a fuck. Love it. And then we got new Lloyd Banks dropped 2 tracks 2 weeks ago. This past week, he dropped Painted Houses with Vado. This is over the Griselda beat that they did a freestyle on the fucking some Apple Music radio show. I can't remember, but it's a Griselda beat, Beat Butcher, and Lloyd Banks fucking kills it. I'm loving these freestyles that he's putting out. I'm glad to hear Lloyd Banks. Like I said before, G-Unit is one of my fucking favorite groups ever. I love G-Unit, all that old shit, the mixtapes. Glad to hear Lloyd Banks back. The beat was the Fire in the Booth freestyle on the Charlie Sloth show. So the beat's fucking fire. The Beat Butcher beat. Griselda and Vado both kill it on here. Really dope track. I'm hoping we get some new mixtape from Lloyd Banks because Lloyd Banks is like that mixtape dude. All those Mo Money in the Banks, the Money in the Bank tape series that he had were fucking fire. Really dope. Fuck with Lloyd Banks heavy. Let's get it some underground juggalo shit real quick after I take a sip of this water real quick. A la Zululu, Forever Face 2.1 went up for sale last week. It was sold out less than a day. It wasn't a limited run. They were basically seeing what kind of demand there was for the Forever Face 2.1 or just in general for the Forever Faces. A lot of their newer runs like the Lurker, Barf, Isolator, they were doing runs of 50, and the Isolator, the last one they put up, sold out in like 12 hours. I'm pretty sure I gave them props for selling out the 50 in like 12 hours. And from what from what I saw from Billy Obey on Facebook, he was saying, yes, it sold out in less than a day, but it was just trying to see what kind of demand there is for the Forever Faces 2.1. And he said it sold about 2.5 times more than the runs of 50 that they were doing. Do the math. Math is hard. I know you could do it. Grab a calculator. Roughly 125 masks were sold. So 125 masks in less than 24 hours. Props. Ta-la Zululu. These Forever Faces 2.1 are fucking fire. Look at that shit. The new design. Talked about it before. It really reminds me of like Clown's Mask from Slipknot from like the Iowa era. Kind of, sort of. That's what it reminds me of. You got the fucking like Joker style cut up the fucking cheek from the mouth. The evil looking eyes. I fuck with this mask. Heavy. You see right there. If you're watching this on YouTube, we got the 2.0 in the background. And in about 4 to 6 weeks, right about there, you'll see a 2.1 sitting right fucking next to it. So you got to be quick on these mask drops from A La Zululu. If you see them post that it's up for sale, you got less than a day. And if they're doing runs of 50, at this point, you got less than 12 hours. So if you see it go up, you got to cop that shit mad quick with the quickness. I would love to get a 1.0, from like the Head of Horns era. I would love to get a 1.0. I'm sure they're probably expensive. If you got one to spare and you'd like to make a little money and you'd like me to stimulate your account real quick, hit me up. I want one of those 1.0s. Those are fucking fire. And keeping it with the M&E family, Lex the fucking Hex Master finally announced he's dropping a new EP. It's called Party Castle. It's part 1 of 4, dropping June 17th. So in just under a month from now, we're getting a new EP from Lex the Hex Master. Part 1 of 4 EP series. I'm wondering if this is going to be like what Strange Music is doing and a bunch of other people are doing. Class from Underground Avengers dropping EPs that will lead into an album. Is Party Castle the new album from Lex the Hex Master? I could speculate that it is because of one of a 4-part EP series. So do I listen to it or do I not? Or is it just going to be all separate EPs, or is it eventually going to become an album? I don't know. I'm excited to see new Lex coming. He's got the ill paint right there, as you could see. I'm hoping that he's stepping it up with the production for this next release. I feel like he hasn't gained... I know he hasn't gained people's attention, and I feel like the production has a lot to do with it. His production doesn't match his rap style. He really needs to be on that boom bap New York shit or even just some dark boom bap wicked shit like a la Zuli Luzon. It just needs to be like that raw hip hop kind of sound that he needs to be on, and he's not doing that. He's kind of just doing a pure wicked shit sound. And I think that's where he's losing listeners. You know, his 2 albums that he put out, I've said it before, say it again, they're okay. They would have been better EPs if you take off the songs that aren't all that, and you leave all the good songs on there. It would make great EPs. You know, you got the EP, the Lex the Hex Master, and the Unholy Trinity is fire. You know, the mixtapes. I talk about this shit all the time. I keep repeating myself, but the mixtapes and the EPs are fire, and the albums are letdowns, unfortunately, as a whole. There's dope tracks on them, but you got to grab people's attention. But dope to see new Lex the Hex Master dropping next month, June 17th, Party Castle, a part 1 of 4 EP series from Lex the fucking Hex Master, and keeping it with the Majik Ninja, Astronomicon, which is, we all know, Majik Ninja shit, Twiztid shit. Astronomicon is putting on NetFest on your couch. This is, you know, they had the big announcement last week. We got the graphic right here. This is actually an outdated graphic. We got a new graphic that has performances from Twiztid, Blaze, the ROC, Lex the Hex Master, and a la Zuli Lu. I've seen other people confirm that they're going to be part of this NetFest series. I saw Damian Quinn. I saw How to Gag a Maggot. The thing with How to Gag a Maggot, when they do their part on NetFest, it's going to go gold. Like, immediately. It's going to go gold. Fucking. So, shout out to Astronomicon and Majik Ninja for getting How to Gag a Maggot, because this shit will go gold mad quick. I also saw, who was the other person? Donnie Menace. I saw Donnie Menace talking about he's going to be a part of it. I think I saw Class say something. Boondocks, Buckshot, probably. More artists to be announced. But as far as Majik Ninja goes, we got Twiztid, Blaze, ROC, Lex the Hex Master, a la Zuli Lu. Where the fuck is Gmo Ski? This is like another step in the, is Gmo signed to Majik Ninja or not? I don't think he is. Maybe. It's seeming more like he's not every day. Even though they promote his singles, is he not going to be a part of this Astronomicon shit or not? You figure his name would be up on the flyer with the rest of the Majik Ninja cats, but it's not. Where the fuck is Gmo, and why isn't he on here? One person you can expect to not be on this motherfucker, NetFest from Astronomicon, is Kung Fu Vampire. He took to Twitter yesterday saying, I'm not interested in anything that supports pulling humans away from each other. Live concerts, shaking hands, hugs, in-person conversations, camping, family dinners are what it's all about to me, which is why I am not doing virtual concerts. So it sounds like Kung Fu Vampire confirmed not going to be on Majik Ninja's NetFest on your couch, May 30th, 2020. It's being billed as a free per-view. Free. It's going to be up on Astronomicon's YouTube, so you got to you ain't got to subscribe to it, but that's where it's going to be at. I know they're trying to up those followers and subscribers over there. You know, we've been talking about this ever since this whole Corona shit has gone down. We've been talking about live concerts, streaming on YouTube, Twitch, something like that. And here we are. Majik Ninja is doing it with this, and it's being billed as a festival. It's like an online festival. Like Monoxide said, I saw a live stream that he did. He said, this ain't the first time you've seen it, and this definitely ain't going to be the last time you see it. But he's promising that this is going to be fucking fire. I'm looking forward to seeing all the Majik Ninja dudes. Curious to see who else they'll be pulling in to do this. From what Monoxide was saying, it's going to be like a few hour event. May 30th, it's going down up on Astronomic On's YouTube. Monoxide was also up on his live stream talking about solo album, working on his solo album, already laying tracks down for it. I'm hyped. We've been needed a Monoxide solo project since Abominations dropped. So hyped for that. But NetFest, on your couch, you got the fresh logo that looks like the old school WWF In Your House logo. If you remember the In Your House logo from WWF back in the day, that's what this looks like, but it's on your couch, motherfucker. You ain't even got to get up. No excuse for you to not attend this festival, concert, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So that is going to be interesting to see how they pull it off. And we got all the Majik Ninja cats up on there. No Gmo Ski, a la Zululu. People are speculating that we'll get the Parish video from a la Zululu that they filmed at Astronomicon that has yet to drop. So curious to see how that's going to go down. And see how they pull off that big internet live concert streaming festival. I think if anybody could pull it off, Majik Ninja could pull it off. I bet Strange Music could pull it off just as dope, if not better. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe out there. I'm Ron Bone of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.